This week, Mollie came back and we discussed sleep preparedness. And I really enjoyed the conversation I had with her last week about just sleep and ADHD in general. And so that's why I decided to do a little mini series on sleep, because it's very important. And the one thing I've really learned over the last few years is sleep is very important. And now I truly believe that. But sleep preparedness is actually more important than anything. And the one thing that really got me was sleep preparation starts the day before. So a lot of the sleep you had the night before affects how your melatonin and vitamin D and all your hormones set up the day so that you're more awake and alert, or affects your drowsiness and sleep. And a lot of it had nothing to do with technology or medicine. It has to do with trying to get back to our natural cycle of sleep. So modern society has really screwed up our natural body tendencies of sleep. In the old days, there's no lights. When it got dark, you slept. When it got bright, you woke up. Later on, when we had candles, or humans had candles, it had the orange glow, and the orange type of light actually helps you fall asleep better and prepares you for bedtime. Temperature. There's a lot of stuff that she explained, and in a very clear and concise way that was very easy to understand. And that's what I like Mollie's style of, not trying to talk down or using fancy words. It's very simple. And the three things that she said the best way to prepare for sleep is, the first one foremost, and I'm starting to see a pattern now because I didn't really believe this at the time, because entrepreneurs, we lie to ourselves that we don't need sleep or for babies. But our ego and our, it's for a long time though, the most successful entrepreneur is the one who sleep the least and put it all in and did more in a day and sacrificed their sleep. And honestly, that's just a bunch of bullshit that we got to get out of our heads as an entrepreneur. And when we do a startup, we fall into the trap that we do long hours because we need to survive and do stuff. And I get that. But even then, at the startup phase, I wish I had a better sleep schedule and believed that the sleep created more energy so I can be more productive the next day, versus being constantly fatigued for weeks and months and years and even a decade and a half on end. So bedtime timing and wake up timing has to be consistent. And in that, the consistency is key. Not saying you have to be 100% perfect on it. 80-90% of the time, keep it consistent. And she said plus or minus 15, 20 minutes is acceptable. The odd time you might do a late thing, but get back to that bed timing and waking up timing consistent. Even to the point sometimes when I wake up during my normal time, I might feel a little bit tired. I usually just get up and start with my day, because then if I go back to my normal nighttime, my bedtime time, the sleep cycling is better, and you're training your body. So after a bunch of weeks and months, your body's going to say, well, this is your normal sleep time, so I'm going to start you getting tired. But that takes time. Second thing she said is to get into natural sunlight as soon as possible after you wake up. And natural light, not this ring light I got here, that's not natural light. What we need is the ultraviolet light, the A and B, that a lot of society and, when we were being raised, that's bad, UV, it was bad, but we need that UV. So the early morning light before noon, I believe she said, and the evening light is the light that we want, and that helps with our vitamin D balance, which she said is actually a hormone, not a mineral or a vitamin. It helps with our melatonin processing. So during the day, the more sun we see, the melatonin level drops, so we can be more alert. The ultraviolets is also key to it. And I'm starting to see a pattern now that the more sun I'm getting, unprotected, getting into my eyes is making a big difference. I'm not saying I'm staring at the sun. It's just that I'm allowing that natural light to get into my eyes, and not being protected by sunglasses or even sunscreen as much, because I really like that term that our bodies are superconductors and we need energy to do that. And the sun is our main source of energy to keep us energized and to keep a lot of our hormones balanced for proper sleeping. That was an insight I got from her. And the other one is actually figuring out what is the best time, proper timing of eating lighting around you, early morning, late at night, no light, with light, temperature, room temperature, because if the temperature lowers, your body's more prone to sleep better, and it's an early warning that it is time for sleep, because at night the sun goes down, the evenings are colder, therefore you should be sleeping. Timing of exercising is key, and depending on the person, different times of day might affect that. Medication or drug intake, the timing of that can affect it. Like she mentioned, ADHD stimulants, we got to take it in the morning, because if we take it too late, it'll keep us awake and affect our sleep patterns and our circadian rhythm. And even, to me, this is a big one, our thought timing. I realized, somehow I figured out a long time ago that I can't read anything intellectual or something I want to learn before bed, because I couldn't fall asleep. So now I just read nonfiction novels that doesn't require a lot of brain power to remember or follow. If I end up phasing out and I'm not really paying attention, I don't care. Difficult conversations, even work. If you're doing work right till bedtime, your brain's not slowing down. It's not. You're still thinking about it. So your brain is still actively thinking about it when you sleep. And these are the things you need to keep in mind. So timing, proper timing of eating, lighting, temperature, exercise, drugs or medication, and thoughts and stress makes a huge impact on your sleep preparedness. So even to the point where within 2 hours, I try to stop eating after 7 p.m. so I get my eating digestive system more in control by the time I go to sleep. I really try to have a calm down session. I try not to have TV or any electronic videos before an hour and a half before going to bed. And I really try to read, just to sit there and settle down so I can get my thoughts and stuff down. And I really don't try to exercise in the evenings. And really, we were working more as a household to we really bring our house temperature down at night, so we do get better sleep. And in my room, it's very dark when it's dark. So once all the our modern lights are off, it is dark, and it's very important. And the other thing that she said I thought was really, really cool, and I think this is one of the problems as humans, we keep thinking we're smarter than Mother Nature or our past evolution. And we try to get in the way with medications or technology. But she said, your body will chase the sleep you need. You need to listen to your body. And this is what I got from her. We need to listen to our body. It's telling you what sleep it wants and when it wants, but we ignore it because of modern day society, FOMO, hanging out with people, working too late for bragging rights, or we're just too busy. Life is stressful. We get that. So sleep is a natural thing, and it doesn't need tech or anything to mess us up. So this is the one thing I'm really starting to realize. I'm starting to listen to my body more, about my emotions. My body will react differently to different things my gut feels. But the sleep is one that we need to get under control, and sleep preparedness is vital to proper sleep. And I almost wish we had that chat first with her before the sleep one, but the importance, she really well documented or explained why it's important to do these different things. And she always related back to our natural cycles, our natural circadian rhythms, the way our body's accustomed over the last millennia. And we keep screwing up with that with modern technology and society and what she called time givers. So if I got white light late at night, that's telling my body I need to stay awake longer. So that's giving less sleep time. So that's what she's referring to. So we need to get that where we need to reduce the amount of light time, awake time, and let our bodies know that we're on our way to sleep. And the preparedness is all key. And the biggest takeaway for me was your sleep preparedness starts the day before. And that completely changes things for me. So for you, the listener, let me know how you prepare for sleep at night, and have you changed it over the last few years and it's getting better? And if you are, let me know at André at theimpulsivethinker.com. Send me an email. I would love to hear from you about your preparation for sleep and what works for you. So thanks again for listening and learning with me. Take care.